Citroën has launched the E-C3, representing a whole new price point for electric cars. This one is £21,990 on the road, and I think it looks amazing, particularly this Monte Carlo blue with the white roof, and the whole design of it just looks cool. Let's take a closer look. So driving in the Citroën E-C3 is a very easy affair, particularly around town. The car's got plenty of power for setting off from junctions and pulling away from traffic. You know, you're going to keep up with things absolutely fine. In fact, 0 to 60 is around a second quicker in this than it is in the 1.2 petrol manual version. So you do have that extra performance, about an extra 30 brake horsepower over the petrol engine. One thing it's really good on is suspension. So Citroën have always renowned for having very comfortable suspension, and no different in the E-C3. So we've got nicely sprung dampers, we've got hydraulic bump stops, so where basically the bump stop's the last bit of travel on the suspension, so if you hit a pothole or whatever, it's actually got hydraulic damping, so it cushions it that little bit more. It means that even with 3 people in the car and, you know, driving over speed bumps and thing, it's actually perfectly comfortable. Ergonomically, it's got this sort of slit of a dashboard above the steering wheel, so you've got your speed very, very clear in big white numbers. You can see your battery percentage, and then on the right hand side you've got a little screen that you can cycle through using the end of the stalk here to change through different displays. It's showing me at the moment that at 80% battery charge we've got around 150 miles of range, so that calculates out as about 180 miles total versus the 199 miles that they claim on the WLTP test. Bearing in mind though, it's only 6 degrees today, there's 3 of us in the car and we've got the heating on and we're going up hills. Let's say pulling out of a junction there, you know, no issues whatsoever, and we're up to 50 already. Got good visibility out, the mirrors are nice and clear, got a good view out the rear view mirror as well. We've got a couple of buttons which makes it easy. We've got one which we can press to turn off the speed limit warning, which is quite useful, and another one to turn off the lane keep assist. So although this car comes with all the safety kit that you'd imagine it needs to for a brand new car in 2025, it's quite useful that you've got a button to just push those things and turn them off rather than having to delve through a menu on the screen here. So that makes, you know, very simple to do. It does reset each trip, each time you get into the car, has to, by law. That's in order for these safety kits to be valid, they've actually got to reset and be on as default. You've got touchy buttons for things like the fan and the heating and stuff, so it's not all going through the touch screens. Although the screen is actually very clear, and wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay as well, which is nice to see, particularly on a car of this budget. It's quite unusual to see. So overall, yeah, I think Citroën have done a really good job with this. The E-C3 has borrowed quite heavily from the Citroën Ollie concept we saw a couple of years ago. So we've got these LED sort of C-shaped lights which go across the front. We've got this chevron design, the new Citroën logo with the dual chevrons, which again, it's mirrored in this sort of grille down here and also in the black plastic up here, slanted lines going each way. I think it looks really cool actually. It looks really fresh. It looks like a really cool new design for Citroën. We've got these air vents which go down, these are actual proper air vents which come out down the side of the arch here. It creates a curtain of air that goes past the wheel, gives you slightly better fuel efficiency because of that. Little orange highlight here which picks up on a couple of bits on the C-pillar, and also on the inside we've got these little orange tags, we'll show you those. This is the Monte Carlo blue and it comes with a white roof as standard. Now there's a no cost option if you want to go all one colour, but you can't have that on the blues, so blues has to come with a white roof, so fair enough. We've got 17-inch alloy wheels, but they're 50 profile tyres, they're not silly low profile tyres. This is the max model, so we've got black gloss on the door handles and on the mirrors as well, which gives a sort of contrasty look, looks quite cool. We've got these black roof bars up here as well. It's got a sort of chunky off-roader kind of profile, and these rear wheel arches again have got sort of like chevrons in them as well, which looks quite cool. Charging flap here, I'll show you that when we get to a charger later on. Moving around the back, so we've got these orange highlights again continue around. It says Citroën up here embossed in this roof bar, which looks quite cool. Rear spoiler which comes out. We've got tinted glass as well on this, on the Max model. And we moved around to these rear clusters, which have got these sort of frosted red LEDs in them as well, which look really nice. Chunky off-roader looking rear bumper here. Again, the new Citroën logo here with the big chevrons. Reversing camera. Rear fog light, rear parking sensors on this model as well. In fact, actually from the back, it looks an awful lot like the C3 Aircross previous version rather than the C3. It looks like a bigger car, and it is. It's a lot more practical inside, size-wise and everything. But yeah, overall, I think they've nailed the look. It looks cool. It looks chunky. On the inside of the car, it feels, again, like a really nicely designed car. We've got this cutout along the front here, which is the heads-up display, effectively. So all that information's up top, so that's cool. That's really clear. The screen here, 10-inch screen, looks really clear. It's got wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay as well, which is good to see. Very responsive, pinch zoom, very clear. Below that we've got a couple of air vents, and we've also got a USB-C just tucked into the dashboard just there. We've got physical buttons for central locking and hazard lights. Below that we've got a whole load of physical buttons which control the climate control. We've got, on this model being the Max, we've got heated steering wheel, heated passenger seat and heated driver's seat with 3-stage heating on there. We've got a heated windscreen as well, which is something you don't often see on a lot of cars, but heated actual elements in the windscreen, so that's great. A couple of cup holders. We've got a wireless phone charger there. That's good when you've got wireless CarPlay, you've got wireless charger. There is also USB-C down here. This is our drive mode selector, same as we've seen on most of the other Stellantis products. It's got a C button. C is comfort mode. That basically means like an eco mode, so it saves you a little bit of range. If you want to use that, you can do. We've got this grey fabric which runs along the top part of the dashboard, which is really nice to see. The seats actually have got apparently extra bit of foam protection compared to normal seats. So these are really squashy, really comfortable seats with a little bit of sort of faux leather around the outside, two-tone with the light grey at the top. We've got a bit of cream leather that runs around the side here. Little orange tags. You know we saw all the orange on the outside? Well, on the inside here we've got little tags. The driver's door says, "Have fun." Passenger door says, "Be cool." In the back, we've got "Feel good" and "Be happy." There you go. Positive motivational statements there for your day-to-day driving. Why not? We've got a tinted rear view mirror, so auto-dimming rear view mirror up there. Storage under here, you fit a couple of water bottles under there, actually that's good size. And some of the door bins, you can fit quite a bit into those door bins, like quite large water bottles. Yeah, overall, storage-wise and everything, we've got quite a lot going along in the front here. Let's check it out in the back seat, see what it's like for the rear passengers. I've got the driving seat set for myself. I'm 5'11", and I've got actually loads of knee room, 3-4 inches of knee in front of my knees. That's because the cutout on the back of the seats here gives you actually quite a big amount of room there. My feet can tuck under the seat in front, which is nice. On the back of the front seat, I've got a mat pocket down here. There's also like a little pocket which is useful for putting things like your mobile phone or sweets and stuff. Electric windows. Again, decent door pockets. You can fit a drinks bottle in there easy enough. Headroom's quite good. Couple of inches of headroom, which is nice to see. Third headrest in the middle. Now, I'm going to have to get my size 10s either side of the centre console. That's fixed, that doesn't move out of the way. So if I'm in the middle as an adult, I guess, you know, it's okay for shorter journeys. Wouldn't really want to go down to France in it, but certainly, you know, for 4 adults, great. For 3 kids in the back, also fine. There's plenty of width on the car. You get 3 adults for short journeys in the back, no worries at all. We've got a couple of USB-Cs on the centre console, and we've also got a 12-volt socket down the back there as well, so I suppose if you want to plug in any 12-volt, like DVD players or other things, maybe a cool box you could have in the back there. Again, I quite like this lighter coloured trim at the top and darker on the lower, it's quite nice. Let's take a look to see how practical the boot is. We have got quite a decent size actually. Now, there's a bit of carpet here, that just covers over like a air compressor. There's no spare wheel well, you've lost that because the batteries are under the vehicle floor. But we've got a wide area here, and actually split fold 60/40 rear seat. It's actually, you know, it's a big wide open space, plenty of room for you know, your weekly shop from Aldi's going to go in, no problem at all. And overall, yeah, I just think it's a really practical family car. So driving on quiet country roads like this, the Citroen E-C3 is actually really easy to place. It's got plenty of torque. It's no sports car, don't get me wrong, but you know, for a small family hatchback, yeah, it drives great. Really supple suspension. You know, there's some quite big potholes along this road, and it does the best to stop it hurting your back, certainly. The seats are very comfortable. The steering is really quick. It's got a 10.6 metre turning circle, so turning round, we did a couple of like turns in the road when we've been filming, and yeah, you can get round very, very easily. So yeah, in terms of sort of manoeuvrability, easy to park. You know, this Max model's got rear parking sensors and rear camera as well, so that makes it really easy. This Max model, as well as having a heated windscreen, actually has a noise insulating windscreen, which I guess basically just means that it's slightly thicker glass. But it seems to work well at least. But overall, you know, it drives a lot better than the 1.2 manual. I should probably say that, but no, if you think that the 1.2 manual drives okay, drive this, it is better. It is much more of a luxurious ride quality. thanks in part by the fact that electric motors don't have that vibration like you get in a 3-cylinder 1.2 engine. So the Citroën E-C3 has got a 44 kilowatt hour battery. Now it's got a Type 2 charger with 7.4 kilowatt maximum onboard charger. So charging it at home, that means it's going to take around 6 hours to fully charge from flat to full. If you come to a rapid charge like this, it's got up to 100 kilowatt rapid charging capability. And in theory, that means it can go from 20% to 80% in around 26 minutes. So ideal for those longer trips where you just want to do a quick stop and then get back on your journey again. So taking it on the motorway, we're on the M6 at the moment. It's got cruise control, so it's not speed adjusting cruise control, it's not got radar assist or anything like that, but set it to 70 miles an hour and it'll hold you there. It's got active lane keeping as well, so it tries to stop you leaving the white lines. It's comfortable. The noise levels are reasonably well suppressed for this type of vehicle. It's certainly very comfortable. The seats hold you in nicely and are very softly sprung, and the suspension is best in class. In terms of range, it's a 44 kilowatt hour battery on this. Now they claim 199 miles WLTP. Our experience today so far is that it's more likely 150 on a full charge when it's 6, 7, 8 degrees outside and cold weather, and we've got 3 guys in it and we've got heating on and so on. But I think that's perfectly adequate. Every average person in the UK drives 6,700 miles a year. That's less than 18 miles a day. In the same way as I brought packed lunch with me to work today. It's got 1 sandwich, packet of crisps, chocolate biscuit and an apple. I'm not catering for 100 people, so there's no point me taking a week's worth of shopping with me to work every day. I'm just me. For the average person doing average driving, there's no point having a battery that does 400 or 500 miles on a charge. Yeah, if you need to do 250 miles a day, this probably isn't the car for you. But you're a real outlier. 95% of the UK does less than 100 miles in a day. So 150 mile range, if you can charge at home, absolutely perfect. It keeps the price of the car low, it keeps the weight low, it means that the car is more efficient to drive, it means it's cheaper to buy, it means it's cheaper to lease or PCP. Realistically, it's the right size battery for this type of car. So yeah, I don't see a problem with the battery size at all. In fact, Citroën don't either. In fact, they're talking about releasing a version with an even smaller battery to bring the price point even lower. But I think $21,990 for this car is a bargain. So overall, what do we think about the Citroën E-C3? I think this is fantastic. I think it looks great. It's Citroën getting back to its quirky roots. And for the price, it's an absolute steal. Hope you've liked this video. If you have, click the like button down there. It really helps us out. And let us know what you think about the E-C3 in the comments box. Click up here to subscribe to our channel. You get to see our latest videos as soon as they go live. Click here and you get to go to the information about the Citroën E-C3 on the Chorley Group website. Click down here to see a slightly bigger Citroën, the E-C4. If you want to go even bigger still, the E-C4X. We did that video review a while ago. Thanks for watching. See you next time.